Adnan Syed, the man at the center of the popular podcast Serial, has been granted a new trial. Syed was convicted in the 1999 murder of his ex-girlfriend, Heyman Lee. Prosecutors say Syed strangled her and buried her body in a Baltimore park. The case received widespread attention when it became the subject of Serial, which called his conviction into question. Syed has long maintained his innocence in this case. Thursday, his attorney, Justin Brown, reacted to the decision.
There have been a lot of disappointments along the way, and there were times when it looked like we had lost, but we've made it, and we got him a new trial. And I will curb my enthusiasm because there's still a lot more fighting to go.
He went on to say he'd have to dig his heels in. CBS News Justice reporter Paula Reid in Washington for us. Paula, thanks so much for being here. What does this mean for Syed?
Well, this means he's no longer a convicted killer. Now, he was looking at a life sentence. Going forward, he could get a new trial and potentially become a free man. It's huge, Jamie.
Yeah, it's really big news today. A lot of people have been watching this case very closely since February. How did his lawyers successfully argue for a new trial here? The opinion was granted, it looks like, on the cell tower issue specifically. Can you explain why that's so critical to this case?
That's right. A couple months ago, they had a hearing where his lawyers put forward 3 different theories for why he should get a new trial. The first was that his original legal team didn't contact a key alibi witness. But the judge didn't buy that as sufficient grounds to overturn his conviction. Now, his lawyers also argued that the prosecution withheld specific cell phone records that would have helped his case. Judge also wasn't buying that. But the judge did agree and did overturn his conviction based on the argument that his previous legal team failed to properly cross-examine an expert witness on cell phone location records. So those were the records they proved to be very important in the case that used his cell phone location to determine his location at the time of the crime. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter why the judge issued a new trial or is granted a new trial. He gets one as long as the Maryland Court of Appeals agrees.
So one thing we've been talking about, Paula, here in the newsroom is what happens next. Is there a possibility he could get out on bail at this point?
It's very likely the first thing that's going to happen is that the state of Maryland will appeal. Jamie, they know that they are on an unpopular side of this case, but they stand by their trial and they stand by the conviction, and they're going to want to take this decision up to the next level. As for whether or not he'll be able to get out on bail while awaiting a new trial, even his lawyer isn't sure about that. He said, look, this is a very unique situation. I don't know, but I'm certainly going to try. But his lawyer says once he gets to trial, he is confident that he can get an acquittal.
All right, Paula, thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate it.